Shifting focus to more news coming in, and this is from the Congress camp. Congress leader Nagma has now backed Richa Chadha's tweet yesterday on Galwan martyrs. Remember, Richa Chadha took a nasty dig against the martyrs. She tweeted a quote of Northern Army commander where he said that we are ready to take back POK. Richa Chadha tweeted saying Galwan says hi. There was massive backlash over that. But now a Congress leader has come out and supported the Bollywood actor. Nagma going on to say that I don't think Richa Chadha has mocked the sacrifice of a soldier. In fact, she's targeting a political statement given by a serving general. That's the tweet now coming to the fore from the Congress party. Siddhant, my colleague, is now with me. Siddhant, it's one thing to politicize for your own gains, and we've seen the Congress party do that on multiple occasions as far as BJP and the Prime Minister specifically are concerned. But to drag in our armed forces and politicize them, that's quite another, and that is perhaps crossing the line, some would say.
Well, absolutely, Poonam. And in fact, this one quote was given by Northern Army Command Lieutenant General Upendra Dwivedi, on which Richa Chadha reacted. And now, Poonam, trust me, this fight is getting uglier with each passing hour, because the entire Congress party spokespersons and senior leaders have jumped into this fight to defend Richa Chadha. Not just Nagma, who also happens to be the leader of the Congress party, but Supriya Srinathai and other senior leaders are now defending what Richa Chadha has tweeted. Now, in fact, Bollywood is also divided into two camps. This all has started when Richa Chadha tweeted saying Galwan says hi on the statement which was given by Northern Army Command. Now, after which Akshay Kumar reacted to the statement of Richa Chadha, criticizing what she said, condemning what she said, and many from the Bollywood have come out, including KK Menon and other senior stars, backing Akshay Kumar's condemning Richa Chadha's statement. Now, Congress party has Congress party spokespersons and senior leaders have jumped into this entire controversy. They, from Nagma to Supriya Srinathai, they all have started tweeting on this issue, and they are saying that Akshay Kumar should not comment on this entire issue. And again, again calling Akshay Kumar a Canadian citizen and somebody who is seen as pro-government. So this is how this fight is getting uglier, and attacks and counter-attacks are happening from both the sides. But now Congress party spokesperson and leaders have jumped in to defend Richa Chadha. Back to you.
Right, it's surprising. Many would say actually not, because several Congress leaders have been saying this. Udit Raj too, yesterday when he spoke to us, said that it was in fact quite right of what Richa Chadha had said about this entire issue. There is a complaint that has been filed against Richa Chadha as well for the kind of comments that she has made. Do stay on with me. Defense expert Colonel Rohit Dev now joins me on this broadcast. Colonel Dev, thank you so much for speaking with us. Yesterday, we had Richa Chadha make this kind of comment. We saw the backlash. It was her having a comment about something that's definitely not her expertise. But unfortunately, we are now seeing the Congress party also jumping in to defend her.
Right. So there is a no-brainer in a political scuffle that to what level somebody will stoop. And I'm afraid they've lost the plot. And I was just being brief before coming on the show about the tweet. I've not seen it myself. There is some lady called Nagma, I think, and then there is a military veteran probably, or a hoax account who has quoted something about the army commander as well. Now, let me point out two things. A, the army commander's assertion that if there is a direction from the government of the day, he didn't say Rajnath Singh, he didn't say BJP, he didn't say, in future Rahul Gandhi will come or not come or keep walking around the countryside. He didn't say that. He's a military man. Please don't demean a military leader when he's evoking a sense of confidence and pride in his people to make a statement publicly to say that we are capable. And mind you, we are capable, and any not serving precisely, but any veteran who thinks otherwise, I think he has lived his life of a joke, beyond the army life. There should be no such comment. And this Nagma lady, I've been told, has just said that quite right or some word like that on that tweet. Is that correct and accurate, Anchor? So if that is the case, that she just commented to say quite right, I think she's part of a wheel which wants to destabilize our country. I have been seeing this narrative from Shaheen Bagh to prior to that, to after that, to Galwan, before that. And I'm of the firm opinion that this incurable narcissist cabal, which I term them as, and they consist of not only politicians and maybe other walks of life, but they also consist of people in this celebrity status in India, the so-called educated people,
Right.
who are part of this ecosystem. There are journalists involved who write $500 worth articles to demean your country. They don't understand, that case of pandemic when we had those mass, burials. And people made a mockery out of that by showcasing our country in poor light, not even knowing how bodies are disposed in our country. So I think this is the whole ecosystem. One has spoken, one will now nudge, they'll be very careful. That other lady has been under a tremendous pressure. She has deleted her tweet because it is going to go legal. She has marked that advocate last afternoon when she apologized only with that apology. And I think this ecosystem needs to be called out. I'm only happy that channels like yours are actually calling it out, and monitoring it. And
Colonel Dev, it's quite unfortunate because this is not the first time where we've seen, politics being attributed to the Indian Army or to the Indian forces. We've seen that in the recent past.
It's a blasphemy on a part of a citizen to ridicule the sacrifices of soldiers. Yes, you can tell that the military has got 10 less tanks if you know the head count. You can say we are falling short of squadrons for Air Force, for aircraft carriers. You can have that opinion. No problem. It'll be critically analyzed. You can joke around, and if you so feel, I just saw I actually bugged last night as well. This lady who apologized last afternoon, somebody marked her previous tweet in which she is complimenting Mr. Z to be having the best army in the world, or some case like that. I don't know what kind of a soil they have come from, and how they have become intellectuals. There is a lady who is also a daughter of a retired commodore in India who speaks, I don't know what gutter language against the forces and whatever. I am very clear. You want to tear your clothes in the political spectrum. There's a parliament, there's an election, and beyond that, there is a lot of tutu meme you can do in any forum, new media-wise or media-wise. But please, for heaven's sake, don't ridicule the armed forces. You can criticize. You can be a critique.
Right.
You can be a suggestor for anything good to happen. You can say, okay, I went there. I saw men traveling in Delhi, and their shirt was worn out. Army should give them better clothes. Still, it is a good suggestion. But, that BSF case...
But this ridicule and mockery is crossing the line, and that's really not acceptable from any citizen of this country.
Galwan says hi. Galwan says hi means you are saying that those people who sacrifice their lives were some nomads sitting on the LSE?
Absolutely. The ultimate sacrifice that they made for this country has been ridiculed by Richa Chadha.